Yo, guys, hangover gang, it's Tom's Day. Finally, Urb'n Barz brings you the best UK reactions to rap, hip hop, and urban music from all around the world. Guys, it's Tom's Day, and I am beyond excited because I know our man Tom MacDonald is going to release this video that he said is going to absolutely break the internet. Guys, I am so excited. I'm just looking at the first frame of this video. Tom's eyes all clouded over, and it's really funny, guys, because my eyes have been streaming all day long. I've been in meeting after meeting after meeting in front of a computer screen all day long, and my eyes have been streaming. They've only just stopped streaming, guys. And what's this thing that's connected to him, to his face, to his brain, whatever? I'm not sure, guys. Is it something to do with the hive mind? I don't know. We're going to find out, guys. And guys, I haven't even told you, it's Tom's Day. It's the beginning of the end of the week, or the end of the beginning of the, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. When I first started saying that, it seemed to make sense, but it doesn't seem to make any more sense to me anymore, guys. But I don't really care, because I'm just in a funny funk, guys, because it is our man's time, Tom MacDonald time. And guess what, guys? I've even brought out the old, just to test what's going on, because I know that I'm going to have to do some deep searching, some forensic searching into what's going on here, guys, because Tom has dropped the track called Sheeple. And you know what I think of the sheeple that's out there. Really? The bar lambs? Really? Guys, I don't even want to go into this anymore. So our man Tom, he looks like he's misted over and dazed and confused. Or what were those three people who were in Minority Report called? Do you remember those people who were just floating in the liquid? You know, they were like, they had the hive mind themselves, didn't they? Kind of, I don't know, guys. I'm just talking. Guys, let's forget about that. Let's get into this. This is going to break the internet. Guys, it's Tom MacDonald, Sheeple.
Humans been controlled since the day that
iRobot. That's the first thing I thought when I see this. Oh my gosh, and our man Tom, he's the only one who stands out amongst the sheeple. Guys, actually, it's funny because as soon as I saw this as well, my mind always starts to dreaming about certain stuff. I do like word association and all that sort of nonsense, whatever. That's how my mind works, people. I've never seen this video. I've never heard it before in my life. I swear on my deathbed. Not heard anything. I just saw that first frame. No idea what this is. Well, I've got an idea what it's going to be about, but no idea how Tom's going to set this up. But as soon as I saw this, I thought of our man Chris Webby. He did something similar where he was the only one. Was everyone dressed in stuff and he was in the green? I can't remember, guys. And that was on Raw Thoughts 4, was it? Or was it Raw Thoughts 3? Don't know. Chris Webby. Another decent. If you don't know Chris Webby, check him out. He is very, very good. Similar vein, guys. But yeah, let's look at our man Tom. I just thought straight away of iRobot, thinking about this. Because this is what's going to come, isn't it? Really? Or even, was it Terminator with the robots of the future? Really? Guys, let's roll this back. So our man is the only man who is individual. And I keep saying to you people, we're all individuals. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm just blowing a gasket, really. Really? Just slow your roll. Slow your roll. Here at Urb'n Barz, guys, we're here to talk and we're here to enjoy and to just, so guys, you've got time. Let's slow the roll. Let's slow your jets. Let's cool your jets. And let's start this again. Guys, this is our man Tom MacDonald, and this is Sheeple.
humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized.
Humans have been controlled since the days that we were civilized. Guys, is that time for the forensic to come out? Yeah, I'm not going to say too much about this, but it is probably exactly as Tom has just said. And I like that. This is almost like the all-seeing eye. And I've been watching, and I've always loved the Lord of the Rings. And right now I'm watching the new series, Rings of Power. That's out now on, was it? I don't even know. Prime or something. I don't know. Prime. And yeah, so the all-seeing eye of Mordor, wasn't it? So from The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings to Rings of Power. I've watched. Well, I've got the books and everything. You've seen them out here before. So yeah, I'm a big fan of J. Really, I'm a big fan of Mr. Tolkien and his books. So this is the all-seeing eye. We're being watched always, no matter where you do or where you go, even or what you do. We're being watched, guys. I always feel that eye on my shoulder, man. So have we just learned to live with it? I don't know, guys. Let's just rock this one last time. I'm not going to say anything more.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize.
Who's controlling all the little guys? And find out who you're not allowed to criticize. And right now, I've heard, I don't know if it's true, I don't know if, can I say PayPal? I won't tell you the name, but there's a company out there, allegedly, who is now taking it on themselves to fine people like you and I 2,500 G's if we spread misinformation. But who decides and defines what information and misinformation is? If you spread something in error by accident, do they have the right to penalize you? And all this censorship, what happens when we are censored and then we are found to be in the right? Do we get awarded penalties, punitive damages? I don't think so. Guys, it's something to think about. I was just watching this video here. So you see this, I was talking before. So this is Tom in his traditional, and this is the all-seeing eye, the eye of Mordor. Well, that's what I call it anyway at the moment, because I've been watching Rings of Power, and I love my things like The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, all that kind of stuff, whatever. So it's literally watching us 24/7, 365. Oh my gosh, guys! I said I wasn't going to drop this, but yeah, I'm going to drop it one last time.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis. Controlled by rich folks who use the news to make hate, while elite folks control other political parties.
Oh, I love that. So you've got black against white, and you've got the misconception, let's call it misconception, that, yeah, not all black people have been or are slaves or will be slaves. Not all white people have been, are being, will be Nazis, etc. But that is the misconception that's put out there by people who are in positions of power and influence, potentially. And the reason it is to divide and rule. It's all about divide and rule amongst men and women, rich and poor, boy, girl, straight, gay, this, that, and everything else. We are divided on purpose so that we are all fighting at each other's throats, whilst goodness knows what they're doing behind our backs, whilst we're strangling and throttling each other. They're just walking in the back door. We're watching at the front door, but who's watching the back door? Really? Oh my gosh.
It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds. Big lies, keep on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order, they let die.
Oh my gosh, they take away our freedom to restore order. And yeah, that is so true, because a lot of the times, guys, a lot of things happen, and it's really coincidental how these things happen, and how, because of these things that happen, they start to put in new laws and regulations to prevent these things that coincidentally happened from out the blue to control us. And we've been streamlined, we've been penned into little things, because one of the reasons these things happen is because we don't have, maybe it's the time. I always say, you need to be on the outside looking in, or have like that helicopter view. So you're on the outside and you see the bigger picture. Because at the minute, we're just seeing a very small snapshot of what's going on. But I always say, look at the audit trail. Look at the whys and the wherefores. Why did these things happen? And why do they happen so often and coincidentally at the right time for other things to happen? I don't know. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay.
Make hate while elite folks control all the political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, deep on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order, they let die. Play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system. Change the pronouns, if gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation. Distort your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement.
I've got something to say about these facts and etc. etc. So, for instance, we have now, and to be fair, computers and stuff have only been available to the mainstream for, are we saying, the turn of the century? So before 2000, not many people had a computer. Well, not the computers, sorry, the internet. That's what I meant to say, not computers. The internet is about circa 2000. So before that, where did we get our knowledge and stuff? We got it from books, people. And the problem with this is now, because most people don't look at books, don't read books, and I've told you many times, I lived from very young age to adult age in libraries, reference sections, etc., read and cross-referencing books and things like that, all different sorts of books. But the reason I say that is because now most of us get our knowledge from looking on the internet, whether it's on our phone, whatever, Wikipedia, this, that, and the third, whatever. But the problem with that is, because it's all out there, it's easily able to be changed at the stroke of a whatever, and all these silly algorithms and stuff. So I recommend that people go back to books. Because if you have books and we go back to writing with pens and pencils, yes, it's good to use modern smart things, etc. But don't forget how we got here. Because the thing is, if you write your notes on pen and paper, it's very hard for anyone to be able to change that. Because I've looked and reviewed things that I thought were right. I've gone on the internet and found, hang on, that's not quite how I remember it. But that's just me, people. I am an advocate of the pen and the paper. And I'm starting to buy pens, well, pencils and paper again, because that's where I used to write all my notes of everything. But that's just me, guys. That's just me. Things are changing at pace, and they're changing real quick. Guys, I'm going to roll this all the way back to the top. I've been talking a lot, so I hope I haven't ruined your enjoyment. I really hope I haven't ruined your enjoyment, but let's check this out.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis. Controlled by rich folks who use the news to make hate, while elite folks control all the political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, deep on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order, they let die. Play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system. Change the pronouns, if gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation. Distort your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement.
So Tom just said what I was saying. Our worldview is now distorted by an algorithm that changes. I mean, loads of people keep telling me that they remember the names of foods and badges on cars and things like that are totally different now than they were before. So when they go back and say, well, I remember growing up in the 80s when the sun, and then they go back and check and it's totally different than they remember. So something's going on, people.
We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue the screen's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheeple. What do y'all believe? Nothing's what it seems. Hollywood been rotting your brain, controlling your mouth. You say lit, fleek, bet, cap, they trying to dumb you down.
That's so true, guys. I mean, I grew up with hip hop music. Guys, I can quote you every single top artist from day one, all the lyrics, everything, blah, blah, blah. Then I took a hiatus away from music for various reasons. Nearly 10 years, people. And I got back into music just a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, just before I started doing this channel. And all the language is so different, guys, really. And I don't really use the language. I use what I grew up with, kind of thing. You know, when people say lit, cap in, this, that, and the third, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, I won't use it because it's not me, not because I don't like it. I love language. I love all of that kind of thing, you know, but I don't use it because it's not how I grew up. It's not language that I grew up with. But each to his own. Language changes all the time. It changes all the time.
They endorse whatever narrative is popular to shout and use minorities in movies for diversity clout. Two sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage.
Oh, that's so true. So it's like, I'll give you an example, what you're saying, the red pill and the blue pill. So it's given us the illusion that we have choice. Okay, let me give you an example. I don't know about you guys where you are in the world. We have councils. So you have your cities, but in each city they're divided into smaller areas called boroughs. And in the boroughs, they have a council. So I remember a few years ago when it first happened. So we're looking maybe 10 years, maybe a little bit more than that years ago, 10 years ago, came back from holiday. Then there's all these signs from the council saying, okay, your borough council wants to know, do you want your council tax and taxes to go up by 2%, 4%, or 6%? You see? And I said to everyone, hang on a second, where's the option for I don't want my taxes to go up at all? So where's the option for my taxes to stay as they are? And where's the option for my taxes to go down? Those two options did not exist. But then when you complain and say, hang on, why has my taxes gone up 6%? They will turn around and say to you, but you voted for it. This is what you chose. You see? So they're giving you the illusion of having a choice. There is no real choice, because if you had freedom of choice, where's the choice for my taxes to go down or to stay the same? No, there is no choice. So in effect, you're voting for the lesser of the two evils. That isn't real choice, people. Trust me on that. It's not real choice. I don't know. Guys, I've lost the thread on this.
The narrative is popular to shout and use minorities in movies for diversity clout. Two sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage. Being woke used to mean you understood you're a target, and now it's having two good legs and never taking a step forward.
Guys, I still have no idea what woke means. I really don't.
If you agree it's free speech, disagree it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except the mainstream.
Free speech, hate speech.
Trump supporters labeled as the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of which side you believe. But you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed, because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free.
Oh my goodness, you'll never cure the sickness until you cure the greed. Because the problem is our natural immunity is free. Let me rewind that, people.
Slavery, science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of which side you believe. But you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed, because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I've been saying this for a long time, people. I don't really care what these whatever are doing, but I will speak the truth as I see it. And I keep telling people, if you really want to be healthy, when God made this world, he made everything in this world which was there to sustain a human being. We are human beings. So whether it's fruits from the trees, or whether it's food that comes from the land, or animals, or whatever, everything is there that will help us to stay healthy, you know. But it's only when we have all these synthetic and these manufactured, whatever, refined, whatever stuff, that's where the problem lies at. And it's the same thing in your medications, all that sort of stuff as well. So I don't understand why people are saying homeopathic stuff is bad for you. If these things have got no synthetic things in them at all. So I don't understand how it can be bad for you. But that's just my opinion, people. You guys may have your opinion, but I have my opinion. I think that everything is here in this world which will sustain a human being in its natural form. But there you go.
Society is broken, want you locked inside a cubicle, addicted to pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals.
Pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals.
Tell you that you're fat and poor and you were never beautiful, then tweet how much they love you when they hear about your funeral.
You get your flowers once you've passed, but you don't get your flowers once you're alive. When you're in the here and the now, where you're the quick. You'll get your flowers when you're dead.
We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue to screen's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. If they can't convince you, they confuse you. They want you dumb and dead. They divided you by race, religion, income, and sex. Made everybody right and left. The hatred got so intense. If the other side likes oxygen, you'll put a bag on your head. And the conspiracy theories labeled as misinformation is just a terrifying truth that scares the hell out the nation. The system treating you like trash and you got rifles to aim with. Just imagine how they'll treat you when your guns get confiscated.
Oh my gosh. Literally, we are being pitted against each other, left, right, and Chelsea, guys. So no matter what it is, in almost every facet of this life, I remember watching this program, and it's about people who grow roses and things like that. This is one thing I know nothing about, guys. I know nothing about sort of plants and botany. Is that what they call it? Botany, botanism, all that sort of stuff. Blah blah blah. And horticulture. I know nothing about gardening. That's the word I'm thinking. Gardening, horticulture. And you've got all these people who grow plants and flowers and stuff, etc., etc. But there's still a lot of, what's the word, snobbery and stuff in people who do that. You know, every single pastime, there's snobbery, there's a hierarchy, there's I'm better than you, this, that, and everything else. It's ridiculous, guys. It really is. And this is cultivated by the society that we live in. We are encouraged to go against each other. But what makes me laugh, though, and this is the biggest thing, is when we have children, the children 3, 4, and 5, they keep telling us, oh, you can't have these children playing games where there's a winner and a loser. Oh, you can't. But then you pit us against each other at every other facet of our lives. But then you tell children, oh, children can't. Why is that? Are you trying to breed a weak race of people? Is it the snowflakes, these people who really, guys, we live in a tough world, and kids need to toughen up real quick real quick, because guys, it's dog eat dog out there. It shouldn't be, but it is. It really is. Oh my goodness.
You'll put a bag on your head. And the conspiracy theories labeled as misinformation is just a terrifying truth that scares the hell out the nation. The system treating you like trash and you got rifles to aim with. Just imagine how they'll treat you when your guns get confiscated. George Orwell, 1984 was his last
Animal Farm.
lecture. George called them thought police. Now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to catch you. They don't ask questions.
And that's so true. 1984 probably was the first real time when it was exposed that we will be living in a kind of a police state, a state where we're being watched 24/7. You know, yeah, 1984. Read that and read Animal Farm as well. It's another good one.
George Orwell, 1984 was his last lecture. George called them thought police. Now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to catch you. They don't ask questions. Mass incarceration equals capital for cash investors. The system isn't broke, it's working fine. Oppressive and chaotic is how it was designed. They say if we ain't doing nothing wrong, there's nothing to hide. While their agenda and intelligence completely classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Cause they're easy to remove if you don't know what they are. The only people you can rule are the criminal ones. So they force you into corners till you're breaking the law. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue to screen's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems.
Video by Nova Rockefeller and Jared Potter. Absolutely brilliant. Again, you know, the iRobot kind of theme on that. Was Tom the only individual? You know, that's incredible. I love that. That was really good. So guys, that's one of these tunes, these tracks that I wouldn't dance to it. I'd be listening to it and it will just fire you up. And it actually start to trigger you off and make you a bit angry actually about what's going on. But there you go. So that's our man Tom MacDonald talking about the sheeple, you know. So art, I think of things like Animal Farm, I think of these things. So are we just happy just to go along with the crowd, the herd? Just, if they tell us go left, we'll go left. If they tell us go right, go right. Or are we going to be individuals as we are? Yes, guys, we are all individuals. We should all have individual thoughts, individual needs, individual wants, individual everything that you can think of. We shouldn't be influenced by the majority. Just because the majority of people say that, I don't know, turn left, doesn't mean that you have to turn left. If in your heart you want to turn right, then turn right. Don't be scared to stand out from the crowd. Don't be scared. Just because people are in a clique, does it mean that they're better than you or better than the other people that aren't in the clique? I don't think so. But yeah, I do understand sometimes it's pressure, peer pressure, that people do stuff, etc. But I just think that if you want to go with the crowd, then fine, go with the crowd. But do it because you want to, not because you feel that you have to. You know, we should all be individuals, and I'm happy to be an individual. I'm happy to stand out from the crowd. I'm happy for people to point the finger. I'm happy to whatever. I'm very happy to talk to people who aren't included in cliques. I'm very happy, and I do it all the time. I've got very broad shoulders. I don't go in for this nonsense. But to our man Tom MacDonald and Sheeple, oh my goodness. The thing about this is it creates a target on Tom's back, because now there's a lot of naysayers will come to him. There's a lot of underhand ways people come at Tom. They'll accuse him of this, that, and the third. So they'll look at this track and fine, but they won't come at him because of this track. They'll find something else to come at Tom. And this is what they do. So when people want to maintain the status quo, that's what they do. So if someone comes along with something which is better than what's happening now, then it's going to affect the status quo, and it may affect these people's pockets in one way or another. Then what better than to discredit them in one way or another? Take them out of the picture. But this is why I worry about Tom MacDonald. He's really on many occasions put his neck on the chopping block. He really has. So I worry about him a lot. But he does say what is on many people's minds. Many people's minds. I talk out a lot. I say a lot of stuff all the time. I don't really care. I mean, honestly, I said to you before and I'll say it again, I don't care what people say. I only answer to the man upstairs. There's not a human being, not living and breathing, who will make me bow down and scrape to them. Yeah, you might take my life, but I've only got one life. So what are you going to do after that? I just answer to the man upstairs, no one else. But guys, I absolutely love that. So that was Sheeple. That was our man Tom MacDonald. Sorry guys, I ranted and raved a little bit too much. I hope it didn't spoil your enjoyment. I totally love when Tom MacDonald drops, and I hope it hasn't spoiled your enjoyment. It's a bit disjointed today, but I've been a little bit funny. I came in here all well. I was whizzing. I was just exhausted, guys. But I enjoyed that. I hope you did. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel here at Urb'n Barz, please subscribe, because we love Tom MacDonald on our channel. We love Tom's Day. We look forward to Tom's Day each and every single week. We love Tom's Day. Guys, if I haven't said it already, have yourself a great weekend. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Make certain you go out there. Make sure you enjoy what we have. This is our world, guys. Don't let anyone tell you anything otherwise. God gave this world to all of us. So make sure certain you go out there, you enjoy yourselves, you live a good and full life, and you make the most of what we have. But make sure, guys, that each and every time you come back to Urb'n Barz and you check out our reactions. Guys,